All right, we're going to call the operating budget fiscal year 15 to order. Treasurer Hyland, you have a presentation to start the hearing off?
Yes, I do. In fact, I think we passed it out. In fact, I have to thank Mr. King for kind of getting my memory put back where it belonged. But what I really kind of wanted to do is I think that first page that was dated April 9th and has the 1% municipal sales tax revenue on it. I think we have from the year 2005 to what we're projecting for 2015. And I highlighted, I think, two very important issues. All of the numbers you see from 2005 through 2013 are audited. And in 2008, our municipal sales tax revenue was basically about $5.5 million. Due to the recession, we are finally getting to the point where we're projecting we're coming back to that level. So it goes to show you it took us basically 7 fiscal years to recover from that. And at the same time, our expenses have not been going down. And I think that's why I ran this compensation for the general fund. In fact, the highlighted part, storm sewers, this is the area that he had to jog my mind. I think when we first came in 2009, storm sewers was included as a component of the general fund because the water and sewer fund didn't have any money. So we alleviated that, or we changed that, I think within the first or second budget, or the second budget year, first or second one. In that 322, if I remember correctly, there were about 5 employees, 2 of which were actually water and sewer employees, and the other 3 were street. So they were either shifted where they belonged in water or sewer, or they were brought up to the street area. But if you take a look, at the same time, our income basically has been less than what it was 7 years ago. In the fiscal year period from 2009 to 2013, the compensation-related expenses that we have went up $627,000. What's really helped the general fund, believe it or not, is the state of Illinois. Over the last couple of years, when you had the state income tax increase from 3 to 5%, it gave us more revenue. It really helped offset this, even though we were in the middle of a recession. But like I said, just some interesting statistics. One of the only changes I really made since we handed this out to the council, I think back on March 31st or whatever it was, is the amount of money that we're going to be transferring for infrastructure from the general fund, from the home rule sales tax revenue that we receive for infrastructure, to the water and sewer. And the reason why is the water and sewer fund is really, really coming on strong. If you take a look at the Treasurer's report, you're going to find out that we picked up about another $150,000 of that deficit is gone in the month of March. We had already sat there and allocated 2 of the projects, Sunset Drive and 28th Street, to come out of the cash flow from the water and sewer fund because we thought it was going to be strong enough. Well, now we're going to allocate about another $500,000, so we don't have to use the infrastructure money, and we can keep that for some other uses if we need it next year. So this is one of the big things. So you'll see that the general fund, instead of having a $46,000 or $49,000 surplus that I think I had shown you a little over 2 weeks ago, it's now sitting at $543,000. And the water and sewer will have the opposite. I think if I remember correctly, mine had showed a profit of about 2.9. It's going to be 2.4, 2 million or whatever it is. That is the only adjustment I've made so far that you guys have not seen. Are there any questions from the public on this thing? Mr. King? Okay. I think you caught me with a little one too for about $400, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So people do look at this. I'm really happy about that. I think it's great.
No questions, additions, corrections, anything?
I do have a question. We were looking at last year Manor Court doing the loop around, and will we still be able to consider doing that in Public Works? I know we were looking at.
We actually thought the sewers up in were more of a priority. The Debo Drive 28th Street sewer and the St. John's Addition sewer. If we can fund that later in the year, we intend to do that. It's a big project for 3 or 4 homes. You know, these will take care of neighborhoods.
Gotcha.
So.
And, you know, I just add one more thing. I think we were talking that, you know, I kind of anticipate that we might have probably a couple of close cash flow months in the general fund, just like we did this last year, because it's just really truly balanced. Even though we're looking at numbers that tell us we have this big surplus, you got to remember we have a non-cash entry in there for the SMS leasing modification again for about $783,000. You know, you take that out, and then you're going to be looking at a number that's a little over $200,000 in the red. But like I said, there's a lot of contingencies in here that we probably won't run into. There's probably some things that we haven't thought about that we are going to run into. But it really, truly is a fairly balanced budget again, just like we had the previous couple of years.
Any other questions?
That's it. We'll close the hearing if there's no further questions, and then we'll start our regular meeting at 7:30. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Oh. Well, and you don't like the budget. You know, Tony, They were actually lobbying for downstate. Well, because all the polls are Chicago's not the only. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we'll tell you what. Oh, that's Scott Schweiger. Doug's son. It's Doug's son, Scott. Yeah. Too bad. He was. Well, I don't. He's not sworn in. He's not sworn in yet. Personal injury. He's got his own thing. He travels a lot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of shit. Free. I know. Steve lives on. He lives up by Levitt out there. Steve Scott. Yes, ma'am. That's got to go on our agenda first, but yeah, it will go on. It'll be on. For sure. Yeah. When I call him for the agenda, make sure it's on. Okay? You're welcome. You know more than Fred, right? He just talked to Fred with the hours. You get a good job on one. You count them on one hand.
Call the regular city council meeting Monday, April 21, 2014 to order. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Alderman Putoff. Here. Ferrari.
Here.
Waldorf.
Here.
Precocious.
Here.
Perez.
Here.
Radke. Mueller.
Here.
Sapienza. Mayor Harrell.
Here, pledge of allegiance. Let's see, we have a Friends for Prue Pool check presentation. Could you come on up?
Who's talking? You talking?
I'm talking.
All right, you can stand here and do the talking.
Okay. I'm Claudia McKiska. I'm here for Friends for Peru Pool, and with me are Debbie Noonan and Gina Martin as members of the Friends for Peru Pool. We want to announce that we are having a public forum to discuss the splash pad that we are trying to get created. It will be May 12th. It'll be at 7 p.m. here at City Hall, and we would like for people to come. We would like to be able to explain anything they have questions about and for their input also. And for our check presentation, we participated again in the Bergner Spring Community Day event, and we sold coupon booklets to raise money for the Friends for Peru Pool and Splash Pad Fund. And we're pleased to present checks that total $1,263.80.
Thank you.
Okay, we have any public comment cards?
No, Your Honor.
Do we have a motion to receive the regular meeting minutes of April 7th, 2014, placed on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Waldorf, to receive the minutes and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Do we have a motion to receive the Treasurer's Report for March 2014, City Clerk's Report of Cash Received for March 2014, General Fund and Miscellaneous Funds Report for March 2014, Sales Home Rule and Telecommunication Tax Receipts for January 2014, and Hertz Farm Management Report for the first quarter of 2014, and placed on file?
Second, Your Honor.
Motion by Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Putoff. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor, I just want to point out one small item. In the January sales tax, you see it's slightly down. And I think you're going to see that over the course of January, February, March, with the weather and the car sales being affected greatly by that. But after the economy's, I think, geared up for the rest of the year, and I think you will see that increase as year end.
Okay, all in favor signify by aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carried. Go to committees. Accounts and Finance, Alderman Putoff, Alderman Radke.
Yes, Your Honor. For the Council, I'd like to submit the total disbursements for April 23rd of the year 2014. Those disbursements include $1,899,314.29. I'd make a motion that they be received, placed on file, the bills paid in the usual manner.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke, to receive the disbursements for April 23rd, 2014, placed on file, and the bills paid in the usual manner. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Prokosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved.
At the last Finance Committee, which was last week, we discussed quite a bit in the economic development area, which there is quite a bit of activity. And again, we discussed general budget parameters. Other than that, there's nothing else I have to report to the Council.
Okay, then, we'll go to Public Works, Alderman Waldorf, Alderman Lukosius.
Yes, Your Honor. Tonight I have the electric financial report for the month of March 2014. And during this period, we showed revenues over expenditures in the amount of $435,432.37. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
I have a motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf, to receive the electric financial report for March 2014, placed on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Next, Your Honor, I have the City of Peru Electric Department monthly operations report for the month of March 2014. And during this period, the total kilowatt hours sold amounted to charges of $1,888,321.80, and purchase power avoided due to the hydro generation was $18,916.89. I'd like to make a motion that this report be received and placed on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Lukosha, second by Alderman Waldorf, to receive the electric operations report for March 2014, placed on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Also, Clerk Bartley, if I could, I'd like to get a couple of things on the agenda for our next meeting. Both of these are in the budget. We're looking for a new pickup truck for the electric department, so we can put it on the agenda to go out for bids for that. And also, the cold storage facility at the electric facility up north. We want to go out for, discuss going out for bids for a building for cold storage, approximately 4,000 square foot. The concrete pad was already poured. We have many materials and equipment that's sitting outside and being ruined by the severe weather we had this winter, and we'd like to get that stuff inside. So I know we do have that in the budget. We'd like to start discussing it.
Will do.
That's all for electric.
Your Honor, I have the City of Peru revenue and expense report as of March 31st, 2014. That report shows revenues under expenditures of $30,410.16. I would like to make a motion to receive this report and place it on file, please.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosha, to receive the water financial report, March 2014, placed on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Next, Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to award the water treatment plant piping improvements to the lowest bidder, J.W. Ossola, in the amount of $70,557.
Second that, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosha, to award the water treatment plant piping improvements to the lowest bidder, J.W. Ossola, in the amount of $70,557. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor, I'd just like to say that this is the piping that's going to allow us to use well 8 and 9 as we rehab the groundwater storage tank in North Peru, and that way, if we have any problems, we will have those wells in play. So that's $70,557.
If no further discussion, we'll have a roll call vote. Clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosha.
Aye.
Perez. Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved.
I'd like to make a motion, Your Honor, to award the Area 1 Phase 2 base bid work in the amount of $643,369.45 and the alternate bid of $300,261.90 to J.W. Ossola.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosha, to award Area 1 Phase 2 bid work in the amount of $643,369.45 and alternate bid $300,261.90 to J.W. Ossola. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor, this the initial bid is to get project or Area 1 Phase 2 up Center Street to West Street. The additional $300,000 is to go around the corner and up to Route 6. We intend to go over the original bid and into the alternate bid a little bit. There's a sinkhole in the yard that we've had a couple of problems with. We've repaired a couple of times, and at times it's about a block north of Center Street in the yard on the east side. So we do want to get to that point to repair it, and that's the reason for the alternate bid.
Okay, is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosha.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, I'd like to announce a Public Works meeting for 4/28/14 at 10 a.m. That's this Monday, if everyone's agreeable to that, and certainly the public is welcome. You see in front of you the blue signs. You'll note that there are some red signs around Peru. You can no longer use red signs. We have three choices of sign colors. White on blue, which you see in front of you, white on green, which LaSalle uses, and black on white, which rust out pretty quickly. So we've decided to go with the white on blue, and there are 54 intersections in need of sign changes. So that'll be a substantial amount of money, and we'll be doing it a little bit at a time. But these are the signs that you can be looking for. Chief, you got anything to add?
Actually, there's 54 intersections that currently do not have signs, part of the survey. So there's 54 intersections that will, at some point, time permitting, will have the new blue signs. As any of the red signs age or would get damaged, any replacements for those would be the white on blue. This is a federal mandate through the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control. I know you've read where other communities have, we're looking at red and white signs. Again, confirmed the following day after reading that article in the News Tribune that through IDOT that you cannot use those colors any longer. In fact, by 2018, there's a mandate to have a complete transfer out of red signs because of stop signs, apparently some confusion. So I think that community got a call from IDOT saying don't order too many signs. So we did put up one last week at 7th and Rock, and we're going to be putting Peoria and Plank, and we just wanted to get absolute confirmation that we had to make a change, and we have confirmed that. So those 54 unmarked intersections are going to be the priority. The current red ones won't be replaced unless they're damaged or in need of replacement.
Is this federal mandated, financed by the federal government?
No, the mandate is to do it, and if you don't do it, then you might not be eligible for federal funds. So my guess is by 2018, there'll be a movement to push that down the road because there's a lot of good signs still in a lot of communities. So we're not buying any signs other than replacement signs because of damage.
I did notice, though, that the red signs have like the 1100 block on them. Is there a reason we're not putting that on there?
No, we are putting those on there. I think these first two when they were ordered a couple of months back. And there are some signs, but we are going to put the 100 blocks on.
These are just prototypes.
Prototype.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. The one on 7th looks nice. I mean, it's an attention getter. Chief King, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just got a few updates. Obviously, if you're driving around the city in any direction, you're going to see things happening. Kings Inn began demolition today, estimated 1 month, and we'll have it on the ground hopefully after talking to them today. We're waiting for one clearance left on the on the west portion of Kings Inn. As soon as that's done, then we'll be able to take the whole thing to the ground. They probably got a third of the banquet center done today, so they're working on it pretty actively. Casey's, they're going pretty quick. They've got their footings poured already, so you're going to be seeing construction going on out here real quick. CVS began moving dirt today. They're laying their footprint out. If you drove by, you've probably seen that. They're looking at an end date of this projected for about the middle of October to turnkey and go to work there. At this point, all the rest of the buildings are going to be raised. We talked about this before with CVS. Was they were going to start to tear down the Jewel at the same time that they started building the CVS. Well, last week we had a meeting with them, and now what they're going to do is they're going to wait until they get the new CVS up, then they're taking the entire complex to the ground. Everything's going to go down. Yep. So the reason they're doing that is they're going to use the same fence to go around everything else. So they're just going to move to that part, and then they're going to raise all the other buildings at that point. And then future development is what they're looking at there. So the Dahl subdivision has begun to excavate and place in sewer lines. So you see that happening out in Sycamore Lakes. That's going to town. Shooting Park Road will begin in approximately a couple of weeks. They're going to start working on road repair, getting that ready to go, and then we'll start see some paving probably within 6 weeks on that. Operman is working to finish the phase 1. They're pretty close to getting done. We opened Water Street up today. And in front of Riverview, they're still working there, getting everything taken care of there, but it shouldn't be too much longer, and we'll have that road completely opened up. The pit stop began its revamp today. They're hoping to have it completed by the end of the week, but they're going to be working around the clock to try and get this done because of the diversion they're doing right now. And the last thing we have is Stott will begin the diversion structure tomorrow. This will take about 1 week to complete. This is going to be up on North Peoria and Midtown, and that's the diversion project where we're going to divert the wastewater to the west plant from the east plant. So that will be starting tomorrow.
Chief, you two are doing a fabulous job at covering this position, so appreciate it.
So things are starting to pop. Yeah. Yeah, sure is. Well, good work.
I
Thank
don't
you.
think we had this level of activity last spring, though. I think you can tell that the economy's turning around.
Well, the CVS people, they told us that they normally have a group of 12 businesses that follow them around, so that's what they're doing. Well, it's probably more expensive to try and retrofit it to new specifications. There's nothing in the building yet that we know of, but they do have 12 customers that normally follow them. So, something.
One more thing, Your Honor, before we get out of Public Works. I failed to bring up, we're going to need to update an ordinance for the apprentice lineman. It's been brought to my attention that some of the criteria that we're advertising for and stuff is not in the current ordinance, so we'll have to get with corporate counsel to do that. The applications are going quite well with the apprentice lineman. I believe we're up to 56 or 58 applicants right now, and we're still going to receive applications until the end of the month, and then we'll start the interview process. So we've got a real good group to choose from, but in the meantime, we have to get that ordinance updated.
Okay, anything else, Public Works?
That's all.
Public Health and Safety, Alderman Ferrari, Alderman Sapienza.
Your Honor, I have the approved fire report for the pay period ending April 12, 2014. The approved fire department received and responded to a total of 11 calls for the pay period for a total payroll of $4,262.50. I'd like to make a motion to accept the report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
A motion by Alderman Sapienza, second by Alderman Ferrari. Receive the approved fire department report for period ending April 12, 2014, placed on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Your Honor, I have two city-approved safety committee meetings, one for March 12, 2014, and one for April 2nd, 2014. I'm going to read from the April 2nd, which is the most current. There were 0 instances since the last meeting. This year so far, we've only had 1 recordable incident and 1 non-recordable incident on file. Chief King, you want to elaborate on that just a little bit?
Yeah, what we've had so far this year, the one incident, the recordable incident, is an illness. Basically, it's not an injury; it's a repetitive trauma, a carpal tunnel issue. But as far as the incidents go, we've drastically reduced them. And I can't say it enough when I talk about our safety committee because they're out working, they're out talking to the employees. We're bringing more employees into the safety meetings now and making them be part of the safy culture, and that's what it really is here in the city. And it's proven itself. Going from a year of having 18 or 19 recordable incidents and not having any injury incidents with the worst winter we've seen, it's pretty remarkable. All the employees are doing a very good job, and we're stepping it up a little bit. We're doing more inspections. We're looking at our equipment, making sure the equipment's in good shape. I have a gentleman coming from IML this week. At the end of the week, we're going to do a playground audit. We're going to go through all the playground equipment and make sure that it's all in good shape. And what's not in good shape, get lists together and get stuff replaced and get it fixed. So there's a lot of good things going on, and the safety committee is real involved in that, and they've been looking at it. So they're doing a good job.
I talked to other people from employees from other cities, and we do stand out among other cities. We definitely do. Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to place the reports on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Sapienza, second by Alderman Ferrari to receive the Safety Committee meeting minutes of March 12, 2014, April 2, 2014, and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Anything further?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Public Property Committee, Alderman Perez, Alderman Mueller.
Yes, Your Honor, I have the Peru Recreation Fund for March 2014. Total funds available for March 2014 was $37,745.27. I'd like to make a motion, we accept this report and place it on file.
Second.
A motion by Alderman Perez, second by Alderman Mueller to receive the Peru Recreation Fund cash account summary for March 2014, place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Your Honor, we have the Peru Public Library cash account summary for the period ending March 31st, 2014. Total funds available in all three accounts is $324,259.88. I'd like to make a motion, we accept this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Mueller, second by Alderman Ferrari to receive the Peru Public Library cash account summary for March 2014 and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Your Honor, I'd just like to mention, I have a report here from the Peru PD. There's been some discussions in regards to the light being out at the Washington Park cell tower, and there are some folks that thinks that's dangerous with the helicopters in the hospital nearby. There have been no less than 7 conversations with American Tower in regards to this light being out between the police department. This is between March 18th and April the 16th. Again, no less than 7 conversations. On the 16th, the PD received a call back and said that American Tower will fix the light, and they have decided to install monitors on that site so that they will be notified directly when a light is out. And she also stated that that will be done within a week. So I remember getting a phone call on this and kind of passing it on up through the ranks. So it has looks like we've got a resolution to that.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, report city attorney ordinances, resolutions.
We have one this evening. It's an ordinance approving budget for fiscal year May 1st, 2014 to April 30th, 2015, both inclusive.
Do we have a motion to approve the ordinance as written
So
and read?
moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke to approve the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion? We'll have a roll call vote. Clerk, call
Yes,
the
Your
roll.
Honor,
Okay.
I'd like to say something real quick. I don't believe that we can have a solid comprehensive plan without all working together and setting goals like a strategic plan. So I'll be voting nay on this budget. I have nothing further.
We did have a budget hearing earlier, and I do think it's a balanced budget. It's a positive budget, and I think it is a very positive for the city to have a balanced, a surplus budget at this particular time.
Your Honor, I just want to reiterate, many other cities would like to be in that same position as having a surplus budget with roughly $4 million in infrastructure going back into the city, again, without any additional loans or bonds. The city continues to make payments towards the pension programs, payments well ahead of our mandates, and also, again, makes the payments on our bonds without additional taxes for our residents for Peru.
Well, tonight alone, with the water treatment plant and the Area 1 Phase 1, there's $1 million. That's all. You're going to write a check for it. I don't see any problems with the budget. Is there any further discussion? Have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Nay.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Motion approved. Anything further, Attorney?
Nothing from the Attorney's Office.
Unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business?
Yes, Your Honor. The only thing I noticed tonight was this Hertz Farm Management Report. On the front, it's got Roger Chamlin and Gary Bleck. Don't you think we should have them names removed, or why are they on there?
I'll let
Mr.
Ed
Kiefer.
Kiefer know that they're no longer
Thank you.
players on that. Thanks for noting that.
That's all I have.
Any other unfinished business? New business. Let's see, I'm asking for a motion and a second for the reappointment of Bob Pishka to the Police Pension Board for a 2-year term.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Waldorf for the reappointment of Bob Pishka to the Police Pension Board for a term of 2 years. Is there any discussion? Have roll call vote, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Prokosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Motion approved. No proclamations that I know of.
No, Your Honor.
Petitions, communications.
Yes, Your Honor, we have a communication from Karis Corporation requesting permission to hold their annual company picnic on September the 13th at Centennial Park. Approximately 175 people between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m.
I move we allow it.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Ferrari, to receive the communication and grant permission. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Communication from Illinois Valley Chapter of the American Red Cross requesting permission to hold the annual walk-run bike for the Red Cross on Sunday, August 24th.
Make a motion to accept the request.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Sapienza, second by Alderman Perez, to receive the communication and grant permission. Do we have the route?
That's Baker Lake again.
Okay. And then once again, make sure that we remind them no paint on any of our paths. If there's no further discussion, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Next, we have a communication from Jen Marsala requesting permission to hold a geocaching event, a trash pickup event at Baker Lake on April 27th, which is this week, at 5 p.m.
I'd like to grant permission for the geocaching pickup event.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Ferrari,
Yes.
to receive the communication and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
I had told Jen Marsala that the city would provide trash bags for them to pick up the trash. She doesn't know how many people will come out. The geocaching is a hobby where you look for a little box and you get a little coin or trinket out of the box and you collect them. And Baker Lake has been a geocaching site. They have a box there. So she estimates maybe they'll get 10 or 15 people to come out and pick trash up. So next I got a communication from Paul Vasali, Chairman of the Design and Review Committee, Doug Bieterstedt, Chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals, and Tom Atkinson, Chairman of the Planning Commission, requesting that the Council put a moratorium on issuing building permits for signs for a 90 to 60-day time period.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Yeah, so moved and concur with their recommendation and draft an ordinance if necessary.
Alderman Waldorf? Motion by Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Waldorf, to receive the communication, place on file, and then we need a little further, we need to know for sure if we need to pass a resolution or an amendment to the ordinance or what we need to do to grant what they're asking for.
And again, we've been assured that this will not hold up anybody's building permit or hold up any economic development if people have signs pending, that they will be done in a professional and courteous manner.
Okay, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Anything further?
I do actually have one more communication that was received today. This is asking to have an event at Baker Lake. This is an overdose awareness walk on August 23rd at Baker Lake. and they're talking about, the event will be starting at 10 p.m. and going to 12 p.m., so that might be an issue. I don't know, Chief, if that's... Yeah, we would set up between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., and the event would start at 10 p.m. and go to 12 p.m. Maybe they... Yeah. Yeah, then Chief goes on to say we should be out of the park by 2 p.m. Okay.
Okay, do we have a motion to receive the communication and grant the permission?
As long as it's during daylight hours, yes. I'll make
Okay, we'll verify those hours, that it's 10 p. till 12 noon, and then out of the park by 2 p.m., 10 a.m. till 12 noon. Alderman Mueller, second by
I'll second that.
Alderman Sapienza. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
No further communications, Your Honor.
Okay, public comment. Do we have any public comment?
Your Honor, I have one question. I know we just passed it. Going back to the motion for the Area 1, Phase 1, the 300,000, Seco, is that on private or is that public property? It's in the right of way? Okay. I have nothing further. Thank you.
Any public comment? Going twice. Public comment going 3 times. Okay, I'm going to ask for a motion to go into a closed session. Quite lengthy here. We have one item is meetings to consider the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employees, including the public body's legal counsel, or to hear testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee or to determine its validity. Number 2, meetings where the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body is being considered, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired, or where the public body is considering the setting of a price for sale or lease of its property. And number 4, I just added this in, meetings held to discuss litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the findings shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second, Your Honor.
I have a motion by Alderman Radke, a second by Alderman Lukosius. Is there any discussion on any of this? Then we'll have a roll call vote. Clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Okay, we'll now retire into closed session.